Hey Libra, welcome to Arya Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Libra. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's go ahead and jump in. We have this Cobra energy to begin with. This is more how you're viewing them or how they're coming across on the surface. And beneath that, we have Starfish energy. Okay, so we've got fire and water energy. Your person may be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They might be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be these signs, but it's just interesting to note the kind of energy that's coming through here. You may be a fire or a water sign. I also, I always find it interesting when I feel like this person might have a lot of opposing feelings and energies going on with the fire energy and the water energy, because the water would just put out the fire. These aren't energies that often work well together because one will hinder the other. So that's just something to note, that they might be struggling with a lot of internal conflict when it comes to this connection, because they don't have these two elements that are going to kind of feed into each other. It feels a little bit stunted. Okay, let's start with the Cobra. So I'm really picking up on it. It's interesting because I was just talking about that stunted kind of like that energy. So what I'm picking up on with this Cobra is that you feel like this person is not doing anything. You feel like there is no movement coming on their part. Like they are not taking action, and they're not making moves towards you, and they're not letting you know how they feel, and they're not communicating, and they're not sending you a message. Like they aren't doing anything. It's not true. I really am picking up already. There's a lot of strong kind of heavy energy coming from this person. Heaviness in my chest, like a real weighted feeling, real like I need to take a deep breath. So let me try to calm down. They are going through a really intense period of inner reflection and inner learning, and really a waiting period. They're in a waiting period right now. And I just want to emphasize that this is a pause. It's not a stop. It might look to you like it's a full stop, and it isn't. It's them pausing, and maybe their pause has gone on for far too long. I'll give you that, because I think for a lot of you, it's just like, come on, this is ridiculous. It doesn't take this long, but this is how long it's taking them. And they are not, their intention is not to stop or give up. They're actually going through a pretty deep and intense inner transformation during this time that you're not in contact with them, or you're not in contact with them often. They are changing a lot. Even if when you see them, if you run into them from time to time, or you have the opportunity to see them, they may seem completely unchanged. This is all inside stuff. This is all internal, what's going on. They're reflecting a lot on themselves. They're discovering a lot about themselves. I'll also tell you right off, this person is extremely guarded. They are very protected. This is both internal and external. So this is something strong with this person. They are, imagine this Cobra kind of standing guard at this person's heart, because that's how strong this energy is. If you try to get at their heart, this Cobra is going to snap at you. This Cobra might just bite you. Like, that's how serious this is. And I think this is something that you know about on the surface of this person. It's something you may have experienced, them snapping at you, being really short with you. When you've tried to get close to them, they've had a reaction to that. And that could have come in many forms. That could have come in, like, you get into an argument. They are very short with you. They're very sarcastic. They could have just pulled away at that point. Once things started to get close and heat up, they totally just retreated, pulled away, cut you out. They seemed cold. They could have seemed like a completely different person. That's that protective energy. That's that Cobra energy. It's fiery. And it's all coming from a place of protection, and it's to protect themselves. So often when there's something inside to protect, people lash out, and that's what this person would do. When I look at the starfish energy, and what the starfish tells me is that their heart is guarded by a hard shell. This is usually somebody with a super tender heart. They are very loving, they're very giving, they're very sensitive. Even if they don't let on, they are extremely sensitive, and they keep their heart kind of locked away in this hard shell. So this is someone who's afraid to open up. They've been very fearful about that. Their heart is on lockdown. They probably have not, there is literally no indication here that they would have expressed that to you. They may have, but I think for most of you, this isn't somebody who told you, look, I'm scared, I'm freaking out because I think we're getting close, because I think I have feelings. They didn't tell you that. They just snapped at you. They just shut you out. Okay. This is really, really interesting energy, because I'm getting that guarded feeling in both cases, like in their more surface level and their deeper feelings about this. Super, super guarded. You probably already know that, but just know this isn't something they felt comfortable telling you. It's not something they felt comfortable expressing. It might not have even been something that they realized at the time that it was going on. That's why the pause. That's why this separation, like I was saying, it's a pause, it's not a stop. They're trying to figure this part of themselves out, because when they've lashed out in the past, they didn't even realize why they were doing it. They didn't even realize it's because, oh, I'm freaking out because I feel something. Like I feel something in my heart and I don't want to. I don't like that. They didn't realize why. So now is a time for them to reflect on that and figure that out. Let's look into your oracle cards. Okay, we have serendipity, number 18. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I was kind of picking up on that for a lot of you. This is somebody who you were in a full-blown relationship with, or it was headed that way, like it was there, and then they flipped out, and it might not have even been an outward flip out, but they flipped out inside. I'm telling you that. They flipped out and they pulled away. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. We have sunrise. And number 10, guarded. Of course we do, you guys. Of course we have guarded. This, if there was one word to describe this person, that would be it. Guarded. Extremely guarded. Okay, I've been looking at the numbers of the cards first to just kind of see what we've got going on. So on serendipity, we have number 18, which reduces to a 9. I was going to say number 8, but no, number 18 reduces to a 9. So, so interesting. Okay, I want to take them step by step, but really I want to talk about these two cards, this guarded card and the serendipity card at the same time, because the serendipity card is reducing to a 9, which really talks about completion and like fulfillment, like something being almost done. And then the number 10 is like that too, like completion, the end of a cycle, the beginning of something new. So I do think that this guardedness is something this person is moving away from. And that is, again, why they're taking a little bit of time to themselves to reflect on all of this and to kind of figure out who they are and what they're doing, like why they are reacting the way that they are reacting to a meaningful connection that comes into their lives. This is a cycle that feels like it is wrapping up. You have this reconciliation card coming out. For so many of you, this is a relationship, a past relationship. Somebody who you were with or who you saw commitment with, you were getting really close to them. They are going to be coming back into your life. Like, they're just trying to get themselves together a little bit. Let's talk about this sunrise card. This sunrise card is all about new beginnings. This is like the bright new morning that's full of hope and potential. as the sun is rising on a brand new day. So I really think that that is talking again about this sense of completing a cycle. They're wrapping something up here. They are wrapping up a cycle of being guarded, and they're going to have to figure out how to unchain this heart. This heart, I'm not going to lie and say this is going to be easy, because this protective energy is coming through so strong. This hard shell of the starfish and these kind of like thorny chains that are around this heart here with the shield behind it, this is like layers on layers on layers of protection that this person is going to have to break down. And it'll be different for everybody at what stage they are in this breakdown of this wall that they've built up around their heart. Some people might be really far into this process, and others not so much. I do think it's hopeful that we're seeing the 9 and the 10. We are getting a sense that this is coming to completion. For some of you, it's coming to completion like super soon, and for others, I think it's still soon. It just might not be tomorrow, but this is a lot of work this person is doing. We have this give your relationship a chance, and I really think that this person wants to give it another shot. They have discovered where they went wrong here. They are really clear on how they sabotaged this relationship, all to keep themselves protected. They protected themselves so much that they pushed you away. And they see that now. They see exactly what they've done. They see exactly what they lost. Yeah. I didn't really even get into the serendipity card. Here's what it is about this card. This card is really about opportunity meeting readiness. So let's use a different example. Let's say that somebody was like studying to, let's say someone was studying to become a teacher, so they wanted to teach a certain subject. And maybe it's not like traditional classroom settings, but let's say they're studying, they're practicing maybe their yoga practice or something, and they want to lead a class. They want to lead a yoga class. Now, if they never practice yoga, if they don't study the different poses, if they don't study the names, if they don't like figure out what the perfect alignment is and really work on their craft, then if the opportunity came toward them to lead a class, they wouldn't be ready to step into that role. So the serendipity card really talks about, like, it's not just luck that this is happening. It's really something that you've put in the work for. And then when the opportunity comes, you're ready to step into that role because you have been working on it. This is how this person is viewing this connection. They are working on themselves. They don't know if you'll be open to them, to receiving them, if you'll be willing to forgive them. But they are working on themselves so that if and when that opportunity presents itself, they are ready to be a different version than they were before. There may be an opportunity in the near future for the two of you to reconnect. There might be something like a social situation, a party, a gathering of some sort. Maybe you have friends in common and they get together. Something like that is going to present an opportunity, probably in the near future, for the two of you to be in the same space. And I think that's going to give them the chance that they've been waiting for. And it'll feel like it's serendipitous. It will be, but the work that they've put in, exploring themselves and trying their best to break this wall down, is what's really going to drive that forward. They are ready for this. They are hesitant to present themselves to you. I don't think they're really sure if they've done enough work, but they have done a lot of work and they're really hesitant to do that. So they're like waiting for the perfect time. They're waiting for that perfect moment. And I think a lot of this is about it's a planning, a plotting, like almost before they strike type of energy with this cobra. They want to strike, not in a hurtful way like they may have done in the past. They want to strike and reconnect with you. They want to get this connection going again. And they're waiting for that right time. It's like they're waiting for a sign. They're waiting for when are you going to just show up at my door so I can tell you this? And it's not likely, because if you're not speaking to this person, it's not likely that you're just going to end up in the same place. But I think an opportunity may present itself very soon for them to show you how they've changed, what they've been working on, and kind of like the new version of themselves. They want this. They want this, and it's not, they think about it all the time, because they're working on themselves all the time to prepare themselves for this situation. They're ready to be new. Yeah, this is somebody who's really waiting and ready to be a transformed person. Transformation is really apparent here. Let's pull some tarot. I do think it's important to note that because this person is so naturally protective, that's going to extend to you and to this relationship when the two of you are able to come together. They're not going to have to guard their hearts as much, and I think they've learned how to not do that so much. So this is somebody who will feel very protective towards you. I feel like this card wanted to come out. 8 of Wands, that came out in one of the other readings, maybe 2? I don't remember. This is somebody who really has felt very protective towards you, and they're going to be able to express that because they've been using all that energy to protect themselves. So this might be somebody you've noticed that about, that they will kind of protect you, guard you, with that same ferocity that they were guarding their heart. All of these cards came out. And I haven't been taking this many cards, but what's really interesting is they came out to clarify each one of these other cards. So let's go through it, because this is going to give us so much insight. So let's start over here with the Tower. This came out clarifying guarded. So yeah, this person has had a huge disruptive moment, a Tower moment, and that Tower moment could have been triggered by your relationship, by your connection. They freaked the F out. Like, I can't even say that like prettier. They freaked out by the connection that they feel with you. Their heart was on lock, and you started like jiggling the handle. You started trying to pick that lock, and that freaked them out. It sent them into a Tower moment. It wasn't comfortable for them. I don't think it was comfortable for you either. But yeah, that's definitely, that definitely clarifies that guarded card. Let's move on to this reconciliation card, and we have the Hanged Man. There's so much clarity coming through in your reading that I am actually shocked right now. We talked about this. This person's waiting. They're waiting for the right time to approach you. They're waiting for this serendipitous moment. And then here we have the Hanged Man with reconciliation. They are waiting to reconcile with you. They are waiting to get this connection back going. They're waiting for a sign. They are really just like holding tight. Like, I think it's hard for them to do it because they kind of want to rush forward and announce they're ready and like they're sorry, but they're waiting because they're so unsure about if they've done enough work. They're so unsure about if you're going to accept them. But really, yeah, there is this feeling, like we were saying before, they're just waiting for that right time. Okay, we have serendipity, and we have this King of Wands energy. This really shows that when this person feels that the time is right, if it is that the two of you are going to kind of find yourselves in the same situation very soon, physically close to each other in proximity, or there's some opportunity for them to reach out to you, they are going to reach out to you. They're going to take that opportunity. They've been preparing for it. So there's not going to be hesitation once they know, like, here's my shot. They are, they're ready. They're ready to take that shot. They're going to come through with their feelings. They're going to come through with like a real sense of control over themselves and of accomplishment. I think they're proud of what they've done. I think you'll be proud of what they've done too, of how they've been able to grow and improve in this time that you've been apart. Okay, we had this 8 of Cups come out with the give your relationship a chance. A lot of you may be a little bit, like, I don't want to use the word guarded because that is reserved for your person, but you might be a little bit reluctant to to accept this connection. Like, you remember what they've done, and although you would love to give them a chance, it's like you don't know if you can trust it. This is definitely something that you walked away from. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know if you could make this relationship work or not, and you walked away from it. But this is really telling you, you know, maybe turn back around. When this opportunity presents itself, turn back around and see what they have to say. And this Sunrise card and the Eight of Wands, this is a transformation that's going to happen really fast. I think that the transformation for them wasn't necessarily fast. At least it didn't feel like it to them, because it was really hard work for them to deal with this guarded heart energy that they have. But I think this is something that once they show it to you, they show the way that they've changed and transformed, it's going to feel like boom, like everything's moving, everything's shaking, and like the two of you are able to move forward pretty fast. For most of you, this really is a relationship that you were established in and it fell apart. So I think you're going to be able to pick right back up where you left off, and things might happen fast. You might be moving in together really fast. You might be moving closer to each other really fast. It might seem like the relationship is rushing forward, but it's probably because you've already been here before. You've already known this person before. You feel familiar with each other. I think you feel pretty safe and confident once you can see how this person has changed. I am going to pull a couple more cards. I've been clarifying these cards in the other readings. In this case, I do not feel the need to do that, because every single one of these cards that came out clarified your oracle cards so beautifully. But just because I did it in the other ones, let's go ahead and give you a little more clarification. We have the Two of Wands coming out. This did show up in another reading. I feel like it was group 1. This is really a planning kind of energy, and I think we talked about that. This person has been planning, and they're just kind of like, they're in a bit of a standstill. They're waiting to see if their plans will work. And I think in this case, the plan is this transformation. The plan is all of the moves that they've made to show up as a different person. But just know their heart's in the right place. Their energy has been in the right place. They weren't just taking this time to do nothing. They have been really, this card wanted to flip. They've been really, really focused on this connection for some of you a long time. If the separation has been long, it's still on their mind. Did the Empress come out in reverse? So it's funny because the cards are kind of going, I don't know if we need any more clarification. Like, I feel like this Two of Wands really is further clarifying this sort of stagnant energy, this sort of planning energy, and this Empress card in reverse is kind of clarifying this. This is your energy here. This feeling of walking away, feeling kind of defeated, and then I feel like this connection coming to an end really, it felt like it stagnated you. It felt like your creative juices were kind of like tapped out at this point. Like, just, it probably ended abruptly. And I think for a lot of you, this is someone you saw starting a family with, and then those dreams just, they were just gone. I really believe that the reason these cards are coming up here is because give your relationship a chance is more of, this is more for you than for them. I think they already know that they want to give this relationship a chance. They're pretty sure of it. They've been working on it, and this is what they are determined to do. And in your case, it might be a little bit harder because you kind of remember how much this person hurt you. As much as you want to be with them, your mind goes back to the things that they've done to hurt you, or the ways that they just kind of left you hanging. So there's this part of you, like this is what you have to remember as you're trying to figure out if you're going to move forward with this. You have to remember the ways that you walked away. I'm not saying you need to remember. I'm saying you're confronted with these memories. Like, I had to just walk away because I didn't know what you were doing. I'm hurt by that. I had dreams of starting a family, of creating things with you, of maybe starting a business or building a home with you. I had dreams of that, and you kind of threw them all away. So it is going to take forgiveness on your part, because clearly the separation has been hurtful for you. This person is changing though. This person is doing the work, and that is a beautiful thing. So I'm going to leave your reading. This is a beautiful reading. I really enjoyed reading for you today. If you liked this reading, please leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know all about it, what parts of this resonated for you, and consider subscribing if you feel called to do that. I will see you in your next reading, Group 4. Bye.